Hey guys, welcome to Tabletop Baseball Plus. It's time for the Ron Guidry replay, continuation of it's Game 9 of his 1978 season. He is 4-3 through my replay. This is his stat line so far through 8 games. And they are playing, this is a deja vu game. This is, we just played this game. They just played the Cleveland Indians. It was at Cleveland. Now it's in Yankee Stadium. And this is if I can get that up there, the actual result. Yankees clobbered them 10-1. Guidry got the win. He went the distance. And he improved to 6-0 in reality. So there's a look at his line. 11 strikeouts, 2 walks. See if he can repeat that here. Same pitching matchup. Don Hood versus Ron Guidry. Make sure everything's in view there, and we'll be ready to go as soon as I get some dice here. Where did my other D6 go? There it is. It's behind the charts, or the trifold there. So Cleveland leading off. Basically, they got a couple new guys in the lineup, I think, from the last game. Let's see. Rick Manning, he's in center field instead of, Paul Dade, he's in right field. This is the last game. Let's see. Thornton might be the only new guy. Thornton and Manning. New guys in the lineup. So let's get going. Yankees lineup. There it is. Rivers, Randolph, Munson, Jackson, Piniella, Chambliss, Nettles. Cliff Johnson's DHing, and Bucky Dent at short. So again, the two lefties on the mound going at it. 2-5 is a 4. And then a 2-1 is going to be a 5. In column 2 is going to be a strikeout. 2-5 is a 4, and then a 2-1. That's a strikeout for Guidry. That's the way to start off. So 4-3 is a 1, and then a 4-2. It's going to be a ground out to second base for Rick Manning. Good morning, Tribe fan. Thank you for checking in, stopping by on this Friday morning. 2-4, 16, and then a 2-6. So 17 in column 2, and that'll be a strikeout. 2 Ks in the first for Guidry. Mickey Rivers, 6-1, 16, and a 6-1. 17 is going to be a fly out to left. Five 6 is a 5, and then a 5-2 is a 5. So a 10 in column 5 is a walk for Willie Randolph, and he's going to attempt a stolen base here. Hold rating is a 3, and the catcher rating for Pruitt is a 2. 3 and a 2 comes out to 33, and he will hold. Thurman Munson, 3-6, it's a 42, and then a 3-3, so 44 column 3. 44 column 3, that's the old righty-lefty versus that's going to be a single for Munson. 1 or 2 speed runner on first, stops at second. Well, he's not. He's a 5. Runners advance 2 bases. Randolph to third. First and third. 1 out. Reggie Jackson. Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Mike Hill. A 1-2 is a 1, and a 1-4. That's going to be a strikeout of Reggie. 2 away. First and third. Lou Piniella. 2-6. 2-6 is a 3, raised number. And then a 46. That's going to make it stay right there at a 3. And then we have that's on a 60. So a 2 is the left fielder. Left fielder is Vale. He's a 3. And so a 3 is not higher than a 3. So it will be a double. Runners advance 2 bases. Scoring from first if speed is higher than the outfielder's arm. There are 2 outs. Hold on. First of all, it's a double. Munson is a 2, so probably not going to score. Vale's arm is a 3, so it's not higher. Or with 2 outs. Okay, so with 2 outs, he does score. So it's a 2-run double for Lou Piniella. And that brings up Chris Chambliss. Yankees jumping on top early. 4-3. 4-3 is an 11 and a 4-3. Third base. Third base is Bell, so that's a 13. And he'll be playing back with 2 outs. Possible error. 55. His error is a 34. So pretty low. So actually it's going to be an error. Because a 55 is higher. I need to roll the blue die too. Oh, it is a 6. If the red-white roll is... If the roll is higher, batter is safe at first on the error, and the runners advance 1 base. If the blue die is a 6, score as a 2-base error with everyone advancing an extra base. And it was a 6. So it's an E5 on Buddy Bell. Chambliss ends up at second. Piniella scores. On the error, it's 3-0 Yankees. 5-4. It's a 45. 5-3. 50, column 5. Fly out to center. With bases empty, it's a fly out to center with men on base. Check M of the action chart for play result. Well, there is a runner on base, so we got to check M of the action chart for the play result. 5. M of the action chart, 5 is a wild pitch. If blue die is higher than the wild pitch rating, all runners advance 1 base. Wild pitch is 0. Blue die is a 1, so I think that's higher than a 0. So instead we have a wild pitch. Chambliss moves to third. And it's not a fly out. Let me double check that with men on, or, yeah, okay. It's fly out to center or action on the base pass. And since there was a runner on, it was action on the base pass. 5-1 is a 4, and then a 5-4 is a 5. So a 9 in column 5 is a walk. Don Hood having some troubles in the first and third. There are 2 outs. Cliff Johnson. 5-2 is a 1. 5-5 is a 6 total in column 5. That's another walk. Well, with runner on first, it's 2 balls on the batter. 5-4 is a 3. Sticking with that 5 column. 5-4 is a 3. 5-3. So an 8 in column 5 is a walk. It's going to be a walk because it's the same thing with 2 balls. Oh, well, no. With bases loaded, it would have been 2 balls. But he ends up walking. The bases are loaded. Bucky Dent. 6-2 is an 8. 6-4 is a 2. So a 10 in column 6. Single to center field. And there are 2 outs. Runners advance 2 bases. So it scores 2. And it's 5-0. Bottom of the first, Yankees. They got the bullpen going. One, 2 is a 2, and then a 1-3 is a 3, so a 5. That'll be a strikeout of Mickey Rivers. But 5 runs. 5 runs in the first for the Yanks. You think the flyout trumps the action? Well, it says fly out to center or action on the base pass. With the bases empty, score as a fly out to center. With men on base, check M of the action chart for play result. There was a man on base, so that's just the way I'm reading it. They did bat around. Willie Horton, 5-2, 27, and then a 5-1, 28, column 5, fly out to right. Buddy Bell, a 1-3 is a 3, and a 1-1 will be a strikeout. Ted Cox, a 1-6, 45, and then a 1-4, 46 is a strikeout. Now, does Don Hood continue or does he come out? He pitched really good in that last game. Only gave up 5 hits. Let's see. Who do they want to bring in, or do they want to stick with him? Does he have to go to his B column or B row results since he's given up 5 runs? I think he can go 3 innings before he has to go to his B, even if he's given up more than 4 runs. Let's let him start out anyway. Willie Randolph, 3-6, 42. And then a 3-4 is going to be, it's a 44, so that's going to be the left-right. And versus a left-handed pitcher, it's going to be a single. And I'm going to continue. I'm going to go ahead and put it in this second inning column, even though they batted around. Thurman Munson, 1-3 is a 2, and a 1-6 is a 4. So a 6 is going to be a strikeout. Reggie's a 4-3 is a 1, and then a 4-5. Shortstop. So 5 in column 4, and that'll be a double play. Reggie hits into the double play. Good morning, Al Red Sox fan. Yeah, we'll talk it over. I'm all for getting it right. That's just kind of the way it reads in my mind to me. 3-1's a 31, and then a 3-1. 32, column 3 is a fly out to right. Here's Dwayne Kuiper, 4-5. 4-5's a 2. 4-2. It's going to be a ground out to second base. Number 9 hole, Tom Verizor. It's a 4-1. Is an 18. 4-3. Third base. So 19 in column 4. It is a grounder out at first. Nettles handles it naturally. Flash in the leather. One of the best defensively. 4-4. An 11, and then a 4-2. Second base, and an 11. Second base, so a 14, column 4. And we have another possible error. Kuiper's a 52. It's a 33, so he'll make the play. He will make the play. Chris Chambliss, 4-5, 6, and then a 4-5. Shortstop, that's a 10. Verizor's a 4, so a 10 in column 4. Still a ground out. Craig Nettles, 2-1, 43, and then a 2-5 is a 47, column 2. 47 is a ground out to short. It's 5-0 Yankees. We are through 3 innings. Let's go to Dennis Kinney. Well, they're not up. Never mind. Paul Dade, 2-4. We'll make that change in a minute. Dennis Kinney is in the bullpen. That's what I was thinking. 2-4 is a 3, and then a 2-4. So a 4 in column 2 is a strikeout. Rick Manning, 6-1, 31. And then a 6-5 is a 3, so 34, column 6. 34, column 6. That's going to be a strikeout because he has a K right there. Guidry's got his stuff going. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 strikeouts already. 2-3, 16, and then a 2-2. 17 is a strikeout. Strikes out the side. Now it's Dennis Kinney coming to the mound. Here in the 4th. Another lefty. Cliff Johnson, the DH. A 1-5 is a 4, and a 1-1. So a 7 will be a pop out to second base. 2-4 for Bucky Dent, 16, and then a 2-5. It's a 20. Column 2 is a single. Possible error on top of that. It's a single to down the line at third base. Let's see. There's a hurry-up throw. Runner against error rating. Roll against error rating of fielder, which was third base. Buddy Bell is a 34. It's a 42. So it is batter and all runners advance an extra base on the error. Another error on Buddy Bell. So Bucky Dent ends up at second. Mickey Rivers, a 3-1, is a 4. In column 3, shaded 25. So that drops to a 2 with a 25. Drops to a 2 and then a 3-6 is a 3, so a 5 will be a fly to left. Two outs, Willie Randolph. It's a 2-3. 2-3 is a 2 and then a 2-3. Is a 6 in column 2 is a strikeout. So Bucky Dent left stranded at second. Willie Horton top of the 5th. It's a 5-3. It's a 4 and then a 5-2. It is a total of 5 in column 5. It's a ground out to third. So Willie Horton, who struck out like at least 3 times in the last meeting. Yeah, he struck out all 3 times. He's gotten bat on the ball. He's one of the few that actually have gotten the bat on the ball in this one. 4-1, 16, and then a 4-3 is third base. So it's a 17 in column 4. Grounder to first. Grounder out at first. 5-3, Craig Nettles. Craig Nettles, 4-3, 16, and a 4-3. Another hit to Greg Nettles, and that's out. All 3 outs by Greg Nettles. Like I said earlier, don't hit it to Greg Nettles. 6-1 is a 16. 6-4, shortstop, is a 4, so a 20. And we'll need to check the umpire, see if he's out or safe. It's a 6. He is safe. A 1 or a 6, and he's safe. Munson beats it out. So it's an infield single. A 1-3 for Reggie. It is a 1 and then a 1-4. It's going to be a strikeout. Two-five is a 50 for Lou Piniella. And then a 2-6 is a 454, column 2. It's a grounder to second. Runners advance 1 base. So Munson moves to second with 2 outs. Here's Chris Chambliss. Lefty-lefty matchup, 3-4. 57 and then a 3-1, so 58. And column 3 is the rare play. And it's a 1, so it's actually, we're going to go to the foul ball territory. Foul territory on the Yankee Stadium card. We get a 13, so it's a foul out. 11-44 is a foul out. Foul out to first base. Munson stranded second. Top of the sixth, 5-0. All 5 runs in the first for the Yankees. Ron Pruitt, 6-3 is a 31, and then a 6-6 is a 34 total. And that will be a fly out to center. You check column 4 on the pitch or should check column 6? Which one? Just then? On which one? Check column 4 on the pitch or should check column 6? Who was up? Just now? Dave, who was up when I did that? It's easy to do in this game, get things switched around. Piniella on the 4-3. So what should it have been? I'll have to go back and look. Was it still an out? I can't remember what it was. Let's see here. You just noticed. Okay, let's see. I can go back and look. Lou Piniella. Two six. Munson should have been a fly out. 20 in column 6. Oh. Okay. That's where I messed up. Munson, let's see. Okay, he was a column. It was a 6-1, right? And then it was a 16, and then a 6-4 should have been. So 20, column 6. Should have been a fly out, right? Yep. Munson should have flown out, and then... But, okay. We will continue on. No harm, no foul. They didn't score or anything. So Kuiper, 5-5. 15, and then a 5-6. Now I'm all paranoid. It's a 19 in column 5. 19 column 5 is an infield single. Infield single for Kuiper. Tom Verizor. 1-1. Is a 15, and then a 1-5, 16, column 1. Infield single plus error possible. Third baseman. Well, we all know who that is. Runners advance one base. Let's check the error. Nettles is 45. It's a 65. 65, so it'll be an error. Batter and runner. We had that before with Buddy Bell. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Now I'm reading comments. My bad. So comment for 65. It's roll is higher, so the batter and all runners advance the next base on the error. So it's an E5 and an E5. Well, extra bases, second and third, one out. Paul Dade, 5-3. 5-3 is a 6, and a 5-1 is a 1. So 7 in column 5 is a walk. Bases loaded. Rick Manning. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. One, 20, and then a 1-6 is a 1, 21. 1-1's a 20, and then a 1-6 is a 1, 21 is a line drive single. Possible error on the right fielder. See, everybody advances a base. Now we got to check the error on the right fielder. Jackson's a 46. Oh, it's a 41, so no error. So runners advance just one base. Base is loaded, one out still. And I flipped the card, and I did need to flip it. It's Mike Bale. 5-4 is a 27 and a 5-3. It's 29, column 5. 29, the possible sacrifice fly, because he has the caret symbol. It is a sac fly. Sacrifice fly for Vail, 2 outs, first and second. 4-6 is an 18 and a 4-1 is first base. So a 20, and that's a grounder to first base, but it's a 20. We got to check the umpire. Does he beat him to the bag? He does. I think I did that one correctly. 2 runs for the Indians. It's 5-2, bottom of the 6th. See, Dennis Kinney, he's gone 2. They're going to go with Sid Monge. Sid Jumanji. Bottom of the 6th. Lefty Nettles and Monge. 5-4. 45. 5-3 is a 5, so 40 or 50 in column 5. There we go again. We got the 50, but this is base is empty. It's a fly out to center. Cliff Johnson, a 2-6. 2-6 is a 3, raised number. Does it change? 64, it does. Changes to a 5. And then a 2-3 is a 2. Or actually, you don't do that on this one. 3 is the fielder. Center field. And it changed to a 5. Center field is Manning. He's a 3, so he will not get there. It's a single. 6, and then a 5-6 is a 5, so an 11 in column 5. Hit by pitch. First and second, excuse me. First and second, 1 out. Mickey Rivers. 5-5. It's a 15 and a 5-4. Is a 20 in column 5. It's an infield single. Runners advance 1 base on the hit. Check M of the action chart. For further instructions, we have a 9. Wild pitch. Get a lot of those in this game, seems like. And a 3. So 3's higher. Blue die's higher than wild pitch, and it is a wild pitch. So they all advance 1 base on the hit, and then wild pitch. That scores a run. Wild pitch. Thank you, Dave Jackson. Trying. I think they're going to go to the bullpen. Jim Kern is coming in. They've had all the Sid Monge they can handle. 6-2. And that's a 16. So you only use the shaded if it's an 8, right? 6-2 is a 16 if it's between 7 and 11. If I'm not mistaken. 6-2 is a 16 and then 6-1. So 17 in column 6 is a strikeout. Actually, Jim Kern has a K. Any out is a strikeout with a K. Thurman Munson, 2 outs, second and third. 5-2 is a 27 and a 5-3. So a 32 in column 5 will be a fly out to left. No sac fly because that's the 3rd out. They get a run, 6-2. Yankees. Buddy Bell, top of the 7th, 2-1. 39 and then a 2-6. So a 40 in column 2. It's ground ball to short. "2-6 for Ted Cox is a 4. And then we have 55. That stays a 4. The fielder is the center fielder, which is Rivers. He is a 4. So it is not higher. Defensive rating's not higher. So it'll be a single. For Ted Cox, single, 1 out single. Here's Ron Pruitt. And a 1-3 is a 4. And a 1-2, that's going to be a strikeout. Kuiper, 5-3 is a 6 and a 5-1. So a 7 in column 5. That's a walk. If it would have been a 6, it would have been 2 balls on the batter, but it's a walk. We have first and second, 2 outs. Tom Verizor, 4-4 is a 5, and then a 4-3. That's going to be a ground out to Nettles. Inning over. They leave 2 stranded. So bottom of the 7th, Reggie Jackson, 4-3, is a 1 and a 4-1. That'll be a ground ball to first. Lou Piniella, 6'4", is a 51, and then a 6'2", so a 52, column 6. 52, column 6, line drive hit to right field. And the blue die is an option of the fielder. It says hit to right field. Check for extra bases. Roll one die against the outfielder's defensive rating. If the die is higher, it's at least a double. So do you go with the option blue die, or you go with what it says hit to right field? I think I'm going to go with hit to right field. I think last time I used the blue die. This time I'm going to use hit to right field. Dade's a 4. It is a 4, so it's not higher. So it is a single for Lou Piniella. 1-5 is a 5, and then a 1-2 will be a strikeout of Lou Piniella. 2-3, 16, and then a 2-2 is a 1, so a 17 in column 2 is a fly out to center with men on base. You got lucky there. 16 would have been a walk probably. Let me read the rest of it. Fly out to center with men on base. Roll one die. If the die is odd, batter strikes out. If the die is even, scores a sacrifice fly. If there's a man on base, there is a man on base, but not on third. Okay, with a runner on third, yep. 8th inning. Paul Dade, top of the order for the Indians. 4-3 is a 3, and then a 4-6. Second base, a ground out to second. That was a 3. 3-3. 3-3 is a 5. So column 3 on the ballpark chart, 16. That's going to change to a 1. That changes from a 5 to a 1. And then a 3-6. So a 2 is going to be a tapper to the pitcher. Mike Vale. 1-3 is a 1, and then a 1-5 is a strikeout. So bottom of the 8th inning. Let's go with Dan Spillner. As the new pitcher for the Indians. Cliff Johnson leading off. 6'6" versus a righties of 59. And then a 6'5" is a 261. Column 6. Double into the corner. Double into the corner for Cliff Johnson. Nice. He's 2 for 3 with a walk. Run scored. 3-6 for Bucky Dent is a 42. And I guess you don't have to check the 3-1, do you? 43. It's going to be a leaping catch by the shortstop. Runner on second and less than 2 outs. Possible double play. No. Well, there is a runner on second. With the runner on second and less than 2 outs, possible double play, roll one die against the shortstop's defensive. Shortstop's defense, if it dies higher, runner on second base is doubled off. Shortstop is Verizer. So it's not higher, he's a 4. So he's not doubled off. The die is higher than the defense. So it's a line out to short. One away, Mickey Rivers. 2-2. 2-2 is an 11, and then a 2-3. So a 12 in column 2 is a single. Single to left, runners advance one base. With 2 out, runner on second scores. There's not. So first and third. 1 out, Willie Randolph. 5-6 is a 5. And a 5-6 is a 4. A 9 in column 5 is a walk. This game is holding true to life. The Yankees won this game 10-1 in reality. It's 6-2 here with bases loaded. And 1 out, Thurman Munson. 4-4. 18 and then a 4-4. Shortstop 22 in column 4 with the infield back with 1 out, right? Or halfway. Okay, halfway is what they call it. So 22 is a single off the fielder's glove. Runners advance one base. Runner scores from second. Am I reading that right? 22, single off fielder's glove. Runners advance one base. Runner scores from second. Well, that's more than one base. So it's a 2-run single for Thurman Munson. "5-4 is a 2, and then a 5-4 is a 2, so a 4 column 5 is a grounder short with the infielder halfway, out at second, others advance. Man, they try to turn 2 here, and they got the ground ball to short, but he's going to score. They get the force out at second. It's a fielder's choice. So 2 away. First, runner on first. Lupinella, 1-3 is a 10, and a 1-2 is an 11. That's a single. Single up the middle. Runners advance one base. 4 or 5 speed. Runners advance 2 bases. Reggie Jackson's a 4. So first and third, 2 outs. Chris Chambliss. Let's check the rest of their bullpen here. Don't really have a lefty reliever. Could bring in Rick Waits, but he's not really a reliever. Clyde, not really a reliever. He's relieved 3 games. You got Paul Rushell. He's a righty, though. There's 2 outs. It's first and third. Let's see if he can get out of it. They're already going to lose anyway. 1-2 is a 3. and then a 1-3 is a 1, so he does strike out Chambliss. Three runs in the 8th. It's 9-2. Guidry, he went the complete game in this one. Again, Yankees won it 10-0. 6 is all around. 6-6 is a 9. Does that change? Yeah, 34. 34, he's a righty. Changes to a 7. Changes to a 7 and then a 6-6. So a 10 in column 6 will be a single. For Willie Horton. Buddy Bell, 5-5. 15. 5's all around. 5-5. 18 column 5. 18 column 5 is an infield single. And check him in the action chart. Possible wild pitch, maybe. And we have a 7. And then a 4. It is higher. So it's a wild pitch. Second and third, nobody out. They're going with the goose. The Guidry Gossage show. There's 2 on and nobody out. Ted Cox, 6-3, 31, and then a 6-6. So 35, column 6. Fly out to left, runner holds. Runners hold. Short fly to left. Here's Ron Pruitt. 4-4 is a 2, and then a 4-5. Shortstop. So 4. With runners at second and third and 1 out. Well, with this situation they're in, they're going to be playing back. Because they have such a big lead, second and third, they'll give up a run for an out. Grounder to short or third. Runner at third holds. Let's see, who was it hit to? 4-5. Shortstop. Okay. So it's going to be a 6-3. Runner on second holds on a grounder to short. Runner on third holds on a ground ball to third. So it does score a run. 2 outs, runner at second, Dwayne Kuiper. 2-1. 2-1 is a 39. And then a 2-4, so 40 column 2. It's a ground out to short. That is the ball game. The Indians do pick up a run in the 9th. Too little, too late. 9-3. The Yankees win. The Yankees win. Guidry gets the W, and he goes to 5-3. Is that? Let's see. I think he was 1-3, wasn't he? Maybe 4 in a row now. 4 straight. So he goes 8 innings. And he gives up how many hits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hits. 6 hits, 3 runs. Let's see. All 3 earned. He didn't score on the wild pitch. He moved to 3rd on the wild pitch, but he didn't score. Walks, strikeouts, no home runs. Strikeouts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts. And walks 1, 2 walks. So there's his line in this game and the actual line. Gossage goes 1. Gives up Zippo. Zip, 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 zip. So 9 innings in the real game, 8 here, 5 hits in the real game, 6 hits here, 1 run in the real game, 3 runs here, 2 walks in the real game, 2 walks here, 11 strikeouts, 9 strikeouts. Pretty nice representation. He went to 6-0. He's 4-3 here. 4-3. So no reason he can't go win the next 20 games. No, actually he's 5-3. He's 5-3 now. He was 4-3 coming into the game. So he's 5-3 through 9 games. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me on this Friday morning. Odd times. I know I get them on at odd times, but you put them on when you can. So appreciate it again. I'm going to get out of here for now. Until next time, you guys have a great rest of your day, and God bless.